How goes it, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Emin, and as always, please do your own research. I am but one talking head amongst a sea of many, and I'm looking at things from a 30,000 foot view. So we're going to try to do this in quick succession. Over the past 2 weeks, there has been three failures in gaming, and it really just highlights as to what is wrong with the gaming industry as a whole. Now, I am an old head in gaming. I've been playing games since the 90s, and I enjoy them from what they were. However, over the past 7 or 8 years, minus a couple of outliers, I've just been losing interest in playing gaming. Yes, you could blame the fact that I am getting a little bit older. My time is not as frequent or as plentiful as it was, but at the same time, even when I want to play games on my downtime, when I am bored, I don't really want to play anything new because it all sucks. So what are these failures in gaming that I'm talking about? Well, we have Dustborn, we have Concord, and then we have Star Wars Battlefront. Correction, not Star Wars Battlefront, that is Star Wars Outlaws, excuse me. And in order from least egregious to most egregious, we start with Star Wars Battlefront when it comes to pre-ordering the game. The reason I'm highlighting this is because for those of you who might not know, when it comes to Star Wars Outlaws, apparently there is a game-altering or game-breaking bug to where the day one patch has fucked everybody who pre-ordered the game. Now, I'm going to tell you first and foremost, I know this is kind of sort of old news that I'm talking about all this at the same time, but hey, it is what it is. I have no sympathy for the people who pre-ordered this game. There is a reason for the past, 10 plus years since pre-ordering kind of sort of started getting into day one patches, like how with Modern Warfare 2, the most famous one for a day one patch is the infinite underbarrel grenade glitch. It's like, yeah, might not want to pre-order games from now on because shit like this is probably going to become a little bit more common. And lo and behold, it became a little bit more common, and now we're at a point to where, yeah, the day one patches are removing your saved progress. Now, they call it a day one patch, but really it's like a day 3 patch. You pre-ordered the game, you played it at the original start date, and then they just patched it later, and what do you know, they patched you out of your fucking game. Technical issues with the game, so far as the story, it's not really something that interests me. I have very little interest in Star Wars, so it is what it is, but that's something that I really can't get over, that a company can come by and just wipe your whole save progress, and it's like, whoopsie doopsie, looks like you're gonna have to start from scratch. That's, in my personal opinion, stupid. If you know you had this issue and you knew this was going to be a game-altering / game-breaking bug, why not just delay it? And even still, just, I don't know, why not just delay the thing? And number 2, why not just say, hey, make a spare copy of your save, and then, I don't know, try to send it so that way it can be reintegrated. I don't know what they did in this patch that exactly fucked up their saves, but I feel like there's so many ways they could have gone about this on the back end, and they just hurry up and rushed out a fucking patch that screwed everybody over. Next down the line, we have Concord, the second most egregious game. Concord is a game that was released by Sony and potentially was made with $200 million. And they proceeded to lose pretty much all 200 million of those dollars. They did not make any kind of profit on fucking Concord. Concord is one of those games where it is, way late to the party, like with a lot of other projects that seem to be cropping up right now. But it is way late to the goddamn party. Overwatch already does it better than Concord. Team Fortress 2, which people are still playing in fucking droves, still does shit better than Concord. And the thing that's kind of shitty about this situation is that Sony had 2 warnings. They tried to introduce this game at some kind of conference, and people said, we're not really interested. They had the closed beta. Actually, it was 3 warnings. They had the closed beta that people did not shell out money for, so they had to swap it to open beta. And people still didn't show out in the numbers that they wanted, and they're trying to bury the lead on that, I think, so that when the game was fully released, it's like, no, we're going to get more players, and you guys couldn't even crack 700 players. That's less than your beta. How the hell do you accomplish that? You would have had to have had your heads so far up your own asses to believe that the shit you made don't stink. And it baffles me that these individuals who made this game are trying to go on a tear, along with Quantum Dreams, and I'll talk about you fuckers later, because you've been pissing me off since fucking Beyond Two Souls. At least I think it was Beyond Two Souls. Whatever the fuck that Ellen Page controversy was, but you guys have been pissing me off since then. We'll talk about you later. But you have all these developers trying to come out and defend this game, and it's just like, dude, you're not going to be able to defend the audience. The audience has spoken since day one. They want nothing to do with this shit because there's a lot better fucking offerings on the market. You did this to yourselves. You had your heads up your asses. And even worse, when it comes to like this character roster that I'm looking at, none of these things are fucking interesting. And secondly, why am I looking at goddamn pronouns in a character roster? This is coming from somebody I'm a little bit long in the tooth when it comes to gaming. I'm so used to playing games like not the original, but Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, where everybody was generic soldier man. Skins really didn't exist outside of what you could just earn in game. And the gameplay was fun, just based off of that. Now, of course, as time progresses, a lot more companies started getting a lot more greedy. Then the pandemic happened, and that's when shit was kind of sort of kicked off into overdrive, or it was about to happen, and shit got kicked up into overdrive. But companies do what companies do. And the problem that I have when it comes to a lot of these games now is that, and this is going to segue into Dustborn, a lot of these games, if they're not technically correct, like technically done correct, programmed correctly, they're full of activism shit. Who the fuck are you people? How did you get here? And please see yourselves the fuck out. Nobody wants what you are selling. In the case of Dustborn, this is essentially Antifa Simulator. They took it was a bunch of punks, anti-government punks, excuse me, that took money from the governments to make what is essentially an after-school special about Antifa. So you had punks who hate the government getting paid by the government to spread awareness about an anti-government movement. That my brain kind of hurts on this one, and I'm trying to figure out how the hell they went through all of these loops. And you have these people that are on Twitter or X right now, which I really do sincerely hope that Twitter/X burns to the ground. I hate that site. It's brought out the worst in people. The same thing with Facebook and MySpace. They should have, in my personal opinion, never gone the way that they have. But that's neither here nor there. These people, these activists, they don't belong in gaming. Everybody is now fully aware that they exist. Sweet Baby Inc. is another prime example, but that's a whole nother video for a whole nother day. But we are aware that you people exist. Okay? We want you out. We want you gone. You're making shit that literally nobody except you and your tight little like niche friends fucking want. And even still, from the looks of it, from your player counts, not even your tight-knit niche friends want this. And you try to pass off as, oh, well, this is for a modern audience. Is the modern audience in the fucking room with you right now? Because I sure as shit don't see it. I know you don't fucking see them either, unless you're on some fucking weird-ass LSD trip. Where the hell are they? Because they sure as shit ain't showing up. They didn't show up for any of the fucking games that you put out. Where are they? Point them out, please. And it makes it even worse because a lot of these companies, or at least a lot of these individuals, then proceed to attack the players. You know, the players that have the money that you want. And don't get me wrong, I grew up in an age where if you worked for the business, you had your you time, and then you had company time. You did not do anything to make the company look bad. If you make the company look bad, then your ass is going to be out of a fucking job. I don't know what happened over the recent years. I don't know why companies aren't being a little bit more responsible, but if you have people that work at a place and they're pretty much just alienating your people, you should probably look into getting rid of them quick, fast, in a fucking hurry, because the last I checked, a company/business thrives on money. If the current audience that some of these individuals, activists, or diversity, equity, inclusion officers, or whatever the fuck you want to call them, I call them racists in my personal opinion, but if these individuals keep coming out and saying, no, we need like this audience, and you've made so many games that shows that this audience doesn't exist, I would start fucking firing people. Especially if they came out and said, well, we don't want you people playing our game. Well, who the fuck said that? I want your money. Heads would be rolling. But that's just the world that we live in, and I've been ranting on long enough. These have been the biggest flops as of recent in gaming, and the thing that kind of makes me happy about it is that normal people are starting to wake up and realize, yeah, this is actually kind of fucked. Why have we been paying for this over the years? And in recent examples, in the case of these three, why are you guys even here if you're not here to deliver a good product? And you've pretty much just lost the normie attention. You guys have been losing them, quite frankly, but guess what? Your scare tactics don't really work anymore, and people are just turning away and they're voting with their wallets. So, I mean, if you want to burn companies to the ground, congratulations, but you're also losing your own job opportunities, so I don't really know what the hell your plan here was. Oh, well, we need to spread the message. Well, the message can't spread without any fucking money in its pockets. Oh, well, at least if we get it out there, it's gonna get out there and then be forgotten to the adults of time. Dustborn will literally be forgotten in what, I'm estimating probably another 2 weeks? Unless you guys keep kicking up a shitstorm, and then it's gonna transfer from Dustborn into your resumes, and then nobody's gonna wanna fucking hire your asses. I don't know. I don't know what you people are thinking. Again, you guys very clearly don't belong in gaming. You guys just clearly want to use it as a fucking soapbox for some kind of political bullshit, and if that's the case you want to use it for, go somewhere else. Go make a blog or some shit. Or go on Twitter and scream into the fucking nothingness. But get the fuck out of gaming. Stop ruining our good time because you're fucking miserable. That's all I really have to say about that. Ladies and gentlemen, I know I've been ranting on about pretty much nothing this entire time, but that's just honestly the way that I feel, because this is like the 100th video I've been listening passively about, oh, well, things in gaming are fucked up. Things in gaming are fucked up because all of this is happening and the people are evil. It's like, no, it's not that the people are evil. It's that the people that are making the games are literally retarded. The normies that have the money, they already know what they want. It is your job as a developer to make the games that they want, and you have been neglecting to do that for so fucking long, and now the market is course correcting to where they're trying to push you right the fuck out. And you did this to yourselves. That's the best part. Anyway, I'm out. Y'all stay safe. Have a good one.